Guys, what's going on? You know how audio is? Gotta have that stream logo, that geared logo, right? It went away, timed out, right? There we go. What are you guys up to? Let's see. Jim, Ryan, Brandon, appreciate you stopping by. Let's see. Today, we're going to do some ADD fusion and set up this guy, which is already all buttoned up. But it's the Rock64. Fixing printers, Jim. Which printers you fixing? Hopefully not the Trudon. As always. Let's see. But yeah, we're gonna work on maybe try to get through the ITX case a little bit. I don't have an exact plan on exactly what I'm gonna work on as far as getting going on it. Be nice to just start chugging through it. I don't think it's that far from being done. Just need to gotta work on it. And then I want to also set up Fluidd on the Rock64. I have two of them now. First one was a little bit of a learning curve. Nothing really difficult though, just kind of learning Armbian, which is the OS you put on it. I have never used Armbian before. I've used plenty of Debian variants, but not Armbian, so that was a neat one. Gunner, what's up, buddy? So yeah, it's actually not too bad. We're not actually going to hook it up to a printer, but we may be able to add Prediking to it just so we can see if it works by adding another printer to it. Yeah, we're going to work through that. And then I may actually, what we could do first, impromptu. Let's start a print. Because I am working through getting the parts printed for the Legacy. So since we're here, I need to start another set of prints. Let's flip over to that. Here we go. Here. Transition. Idea Maker! Yay, Idea Maker. Let's bring in... Well, actually, I suppose I could show you what I'm doing first. We are gonna do... I have decided the next printer. The next printer will be a Voron Legacy. The reason I'm doing a Voron Legacy is I've got, I think, all the parts to do it. I've got all the extrusion. We've got a printer I'm going to tear apart to grab all the motors and the the 8mm rods, as well as a pile of other 8mm rods we can cut up, because it takes like 10 rods. It's pretty cool though. Take a look at it and kind of the color scheme I'm going for. Let's see, Jim Brennan. Smack the like button, absolutely. So this is color scheme I'm thinking of. Blue and white with just a touch of red in there. Because Mirage. Transformers. Got to be Transformers. So right now I've got a bunch of blue ABS on the ABS printer. So I'm just working through getting those. I've got the top mounts and the front idler, bearing, tensioners. I'm working on these parts. That's what these parts back here are. These guys. Gonna do this side. So we're gonna throw the right side on the printer because we have blue loaded up. We added these cool little tabbies on the front, purely cosmetic right here, just to cover up the blind joints. Typically, the Voron Legacy is it uses cubes. Misumi cubes, I think is what people call them, because it's basically meant to be an upgrade path from an older V1 prior to the 1.8, because it uses, I'm not sure how much it either uses the same rod length or how much it actually carries over. But the cool thing about it when you do it that way is every single rod on this thing is the exact same length. They're all I'm getting errors on YouTube stream. How's the stream look? Is it looking choppy, or is it looking crappy? I mean, good or crappy? It's weird. Let me know if the stream is lagging or if something's going on there. No, Gunnar, I think you are not the only one getting dropped frames. For some reason, let's see, what can I shut down? I don't have a whole lot running. Tried to keep it slim. Let's take a look at that. Let's close that. I don't know. Looks fine now. Okay. Who knows? There's a impending snowstorm coming to Oregon. That just means we're going to get like 5 snowflakes, but around here that shuts everything down. Anyway, so yeah, let's see. Ryan, you were saying 10 rods. Sounds, yeah. Really? Yeah, that's funny. Oh, it's Jim that's saying that. Gotcha. Yeah, 10 rods, but because it does dual rods on the X and the Y, which is kind of unique to Core XY in my opinion. I've not seen duals on the Y before, which I think is brilliant though, because I think that's one of the spots that really gets a lot of flex in it. Anyway. The method behind the Legacy is that every single rod is on a standard build is 370 millimeters, unless you do blind joints, which is what I'm doing. So that makes these 4 on the corners 40 millimeters longer to make up for the height of where the cubes would be. But that's all, it's easy to cut. So I'm going to cut all that up. Right now though, I'm just printing off the blue parts because that's what's loaded up. So let's real quick. Back to Idea Maker and add those 2 right side joints. There it is. Let's see, that's front idlers. We want drive units. B drive units. What is the Y shaft rear support? We'll have to look that up. But let's just print these 2 for now. Right click, center. Slice, it's ABS, we're going to print it slow. I think all the settings are already there because this is the last thing I did. Man, that takes a second. There we go. Nice big fat brim because ABS. Upload. Call that Legacy. Let's both go. Wait for that to upload, and we will kick it off over in Octoprint. Says upload complete. There it is. Print. 100C on the bed. It'll get there in like a minute. All right, so that's going. Cool. AC beds are awesome. All right. What else we got? So there's the parts for the Legacy we're printing. Let's bring up. Let's see, what do you guys want to do first? Should we do ITX case, or do you want to do the Klipper fluid install on the Rock64? I'll let you guys decide. I'm fine either way. Waiting, I will. Man, I'm worried that I'm dropping frames here. I don't know why. MOBA term. Don't need it quite yet. Look of confusion. Oh, look of confusion is waiting for you guys to make up your damn minds. Also, I'm just confused as to why I'm dropping frames, if I still am. YouTube Studio keeps telling me I'm dropping frames. And it's just spinning and lagging like crazy, so I worry that I am dropping frames on you guys. If it looks like crap, let me know. Your internet copped out too, huh, Ryan? Well, it must be going on everywhere, because my internet is, I feel like it's lagging. Hopefully it's not. Anyway, we'll just keep going. Let's start with Fusion. Because Gunner said so. And if Gunner says so, that's what we're going to do. So, let's find it. Geared. The X case. And then we can remember where the heck we're at with it. So, this is the one we did for the tutorial, the mesh tutorial just last week or so. Let's open that up. Legacy. So this is what we, waiting for Fusion, what a surprise. This is what we ended up with on the mesh here for the front of the case. Turned out pretty decent. So the case though, which one are we on? This one. I very much care about Gunner. He's a kind-hearted soul. Let's see. Front. Get rid of you. Bring in the new one. In theory, it should pop it right back into the same... You'll look at that. Right where it's supposed to be. So that's something that's cool. Like, when I created this separate... this guy, this front, I created it by copying the front off of this guy and then just pasting it, doing a paste new into a new project. But when it came in, I didn't move it at all. I just left it where it was, where it wanted to put it. So what Fusion did is it put it in the exact same space, so which works out great. When I go to import it back into this guy, it keeps it right where it was. And I think, yeah, it's a little off because we did fudge where it lives, but for the most part, it's close. It's a little bit of overlap between this part and this part because we changed some depths on it. And a cool way to find out how much overlap you got is to do an analysis on it. So let's do that because that's a cool thing to show off. So if we do, good lord, interference, we're going to select that body and say compute. It's going to show us that there's that much overlap, and right over here in the graphic it shows exactly where those two models are overlapping. So we know they're overlapping by, I know it's about a millimeter because I did it, or maybe 0.5. But it's a cool way to figure out what, if anything, you have between your bodies is interfering with another body. Cancel that. Gonna move this guy. It's weird. I don't know why. Never understand where Fusion gets this crap from sometimes on the move point. Just move it way out, and then we will use the align tool. Come on, don't snap. There we go. There. That's why. Lots of points to draw on that one. To there. That's position, and there we go. Now, let's find it perfectly. I had created just a small little lip there for a little extra flat, you know, just, I think it's 0.5 mil. Makes it a little bit easier to print. Yeah, 0.5. Just to give it a couple layers before it starts stair-stepping up. It just helps with the print. Let's see. Usually people use. So how are all these panels going to connect in the real life? Well, Ryan, that's a good question. And brings up a very good point of something I missed. My plan was to do a combination of CA glue and nuts and bolts. I don't plan on ever taking off the front, so I'm just going to glue it in place. The side panels, I think I'm definitely going to put bolts on. I like the look of the front too much without bolts on it to do that. And I don't feel like bolting from the inside out. Again, I don't think it's ever going to come off. So I'm going to put some bolt holes. What I'm going to do is make a few registration marks. Holes, whatever. And then I will just take a couple little pieces of filament. So I'll make a couple 2mm holes that go all the way through. And I'll just clip off a few little pieces of 2mm filament, super glue them in there to help line it up. And then just glue it all together. So that being said, let's do that. First though, I want to clean this up because this flange here does not need to be this big. So let's make it smaller. And instead of using an extrude, we're going to use the push pull, which is Q. I think press pull. Yeah, it's Q. So we're going to go. Let's see. Can I do multiple? I should be able to do. Oh, I thought I could select multiple faces and press pull them all at once. Let's see how well I actually know what I'm talking about. Oh, come on. Oops, if you hold down the control key. Come on. Select. There we go. Q. Pull this. Yeah, look at that. Pull them all at once. Let's get just past the opening, which I think is -5.5. What happened? Oh, yeah, let's get the decimal place in there. I think that lines that up close enough. Although, let's not do that. Let's do just these. So, I'm trying to leave enough meat for it to actually have something to glue to. So let's do that differently. Let's just do the top and bottom first, because I want to actually pull these out. I think because the other thing I have to keep in mind is this is most likely the face. This face right here is most likely the face that's going to be on the build plate. So it's going to print up because it's going to get split down the middle. So there's going to be a front piece and a back piece that are both going to get just printed up in 4 towers. So I need to have enough meat to hold it onto the build plate. So let's do that differently. Got the Duet converted to Wi-Fi. So you used the Wi-Fi built onto the Duet with Klipper? Is that what you did? And what sort of magic allowed you to do that? Or you soldered on the Wi-Fi unit? I'm confused. Do tell, sir. Ah, dang it. All right, Q. Let's actually bring these out. Holy cow, that was too much. Oh, actually, no, that was what we call perfect. First try. Do that. This top. And this bottom. Q. Let's see where are we at here. Yeah, that looks good. We'll do that. And then the sides. Control, click, Q. That one is just going to go almost all the way out. How's that look? Good enough for government work? Good enough for me. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is put a couple 2mm holes in the faceplate and then extrude those out. So I think the way to do that is going to actually be to edit it in place here. So let's save this before I mess it up, because doing an edit in place of a, what do you call this, a linked model takes a little bit of resources. So everybody pray for my failing old computer. The new one's sitting right there, Ryan. Getting all the stuff loaded up on it. Jeez, man. So, yeah, so you soldered on a Wi-Fi unit to the Duet, and Klipper can use that via the Duet? Or is that... Oh, seriously, am I lagging that much? I hope my little, YouTube studio window that keeps spinning is not lying to me. If I'm seriously lagging as much as that, oh, for rep firmware. If I'm lagging as much as that makes it look like I am, please tell me, because I need to make a change. Alright, so let's click on this. So this little guy is edited in place. Not like, okay, cool. It's just, sorry, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, because it's tripping me out. I keep seeing the little circle spinning, telling me that I'm lagging. But the stream health, actually stream health looks good, so I should probably stop worrying about it. Okay. So anyway, yeah, back to here. We can do the edit in place, because this is a linked model. I'm actually going to close it so it has less to worry about. So if we click on this, edit in place, then we wait. Yep. Then brings it in. That wasn't too bad. So all I'm going to do is make a couple little holes here. But the key is to figure out where. So let's do a sketch. Come on. Really? Front. Great sketch. Okay, perfect. This is where Fusion gets a little laggy. Take a drink. So, Ryan, your the Duet, that's the one you got from Dan, right? Did it just not come with the Wi-Fi module on it? You just bought one, or what happened there? All right. So we're just going to do a circle. It's 2mm. I am going to come to the front of this, and I'm going to pull in this geometry. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to get close to that, because I want to figure out where the thickest part of the face is, to kind of get it close to that so I don't go drilling through it. Not that this is going to be that deep of a hole, but just to know where I'm going. Nice. I didn't realize you could just add on the Wi-Fi module and make it a Duet Wi-Fi. That's cool. Oh, that's not where I expected that to be. Okay. So let's just keep this right at the edge then. So let's distance this from here to here. Come on, Fusion, you can do it. Let's do millimeters. And then we're going to... So there's a lot of different ways to center things over other things. You can, like, excuse me, with a, what am I trying to say? Horizontal, vertical stuff, you can go if it's right above stuff on a when you're trying to center things over a like something at an angle. You can't do horizontal, vertical. The trick I like to use, because it's visual, and I mean you can always snap to a center point. Something I like to do is actually to add a point to a center point of a line. It helps me just kind of visualize where it's supposed to be. And then we can zoom in here. Wife is texting me. Connect these with a line. Make that an X. We'll just click on X to make it a construction line. And then make that perpendicular. So that, that's a few steps. I don't know if it's necessarily the most elegant way to do it. I like it because it gives me a good visual on where the center of the line is. The fact that, I can manipulate the angle relative to the line I'm coming off of and that sort of thing. Anyway, that's how I did that. There are probably 20 other ways to do that. We wouldn't recommend it. It was a pain. Yeah, it didn't sound fun, dude. And then the other thing we can do here is, if I wanted to mirror this over there to the other side, I could, but this is one circle. I don't, I feel like this is a pick your battles. How elegant do you want to be with all your sketches and stuff? I personally don't care. What is going on here? Okay, sorry. So we're just going to do another center point on... Wait a minute. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. How in the heck did I pull in that? I don't even remember doing that. You know what? I guess I'm just that good. Whatever. So that's the line we're going off of. That's weird. I totally don't remember pulling in that line. It must have come in when I tried to hit the center point on it, or... Oh, it came in when I created the distance. That's what it was. So let's... that's actually something cool to show. So when I want to do a distance, when you hit D to distance something in a sketch, you can highlight lines that are not on the same sketch plane, which is what I did here without even really thinking about it. And when you do so, that does a pull. That pulls in that geometry onto the sketch. So that's what happened there. Let's see. Yeah. So now let's create our point there in the... Well, and I guess let's do it the other way. So let's just create a line on the center point and go to there. So same exact thing. Gets you the... It ends up with the same thing. And then, it's whatever you like doing. I kind of like seeing I like having the visual of the actual point there. Gives me warm fuzzies. I don't know. Make that perpendicular. We will hit X to make that a construction line. I love my construction lines. I think it's one of the most useful tools that people don't use in Fusion. Let's see here. Okay, sorry. So at this point, let's actually, can I hide this? It doesn't matter. Let's just extrude this back into the face. Just dig that out. So I'm long pressing to bring up the menu of everything behind the pointer, so I can select the profiles through the object that's in the way. Let's I'm actually kind of curious how deep this is. Looks like we have a lot. Oh, okay, well, we've got a ton of meat, and I just made Fusion go crazy. So we only need like, let's just do like 3 millimeters. It just has to be enough to put a little chunk of filament in there and super glue it in. But what I'm wondering, and something I don't know, so we're gonna find out together. Oh, who is it? What's it? Dr. Vax. Let's learn something together. Haven't decided if I totally dig that guy or not. I like how he explains things like super. I mean, really well for beginners. And he's easy to listen to. He seems like a really nice guy. Let's go 2 sides. What I'm wondering though is if this is going to cut through that model as well. No, it doesn't. Because we're editing, we're doing a in-place edit. That's okay. That. And honestly, I think we're probably fine with just those two. All this has to do is just line it up on the face. It has nothing to do with structure. It's just to keep it lined up, so when I slather a bunch of glue on there, it stays in place. And there we go. And we just click there and edit in place. Puts our holes on there. Then we can just create another sketch here and pull in. Come on, where'd it go? I just saw it. Down shift. Oh, control. Oh, come on. We just click the whole thing and we'll get it. Okay. Build all that geometry because I selected a hell of a lot. Sorry, Fusion. Oh, out of energy drink. Time for beer. Beer. Oh, look at that mistake I made. Yikes. Luckily, we're just doing a couple things. So let's extrude that hole. That hole. Three. I think I made these 5 millimeters thick. 4. Doesn't matter. We'll do 3 millimeters. I don't care. What? Okay. Pay attention, Aaron. We did that from the wrong side. So, edit feature. Instead of going back and redoing a whole new sketch, we can just turn this off. And instead of starting from this plane out here, we can say start from object and select that plane. Now we fixed it so it just cuts right there. But okay. And we've got our... They made a liar out of me. What a surprise! Fusion made a liar out of me. Why did it do that? Because it's on join, not cut. Sometimes it helps to actually select the part you're trying to work on. Because obvious. There we go. Now we've got a couple little holes there. Cut it all the way through. Who cares? Nobody's going to see the inside of that. A couple little registration marks for when we go to glue that on. Whole lot of talking for 4 little tiny holes. So thank you for the reminder on that, Ryan. That was perfect. So yeah, I'm just going to glue that on. Now the side panels, on the other hand, I am going to... I think I'm going to... Oh, well, I need to. I need to put some bolt holes in there. Because these need to be able to be removed to get the drives in and out. Especially this side. This side over here, not so much. It's just for pretties. But it'll still be nice to be able to access stuff. Would be done if it would be done if I was using my new PC. Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's going to be nice. It is going to be nice. So I think we got to figure out how I want to do those bolt holes and where I want to put them. Haven't decided if I want to bolt them from the outside or the inside, which I think it kind of depends how much room I left myself. And it looks like I left myself just enough. So let's just, for the sake of looking at it, select our cage. I'm just going to do a new sketch here just to kind of see what I've got for room. I'm going to pull in this just to kind of get an idea of what might look good, because that's what matters. So I think, okay, so this is good. I think I'm just going to try to... My OCD wants to tell me to put it right there in the center, but I'm thinking it's going to look better if I kind of center it in this quote-unquote mass right here. And then I can put some, either some heat certs or just a nut on the back. Probably do a nut because it's easy. I'm not the biggest fan of those heat inserts. It's kind of my gripe with the Voron build, is there are so many of those. Don't tell Eddie. I want Eddie to like me. I just feel like there's too many of them. Let's get out of here, though. We're going to Control Z. So, I do think... Let's see how we want to do it. Yeah, let's just make the mounts for this. Let's measure it, and then we'll pull in some M3 cap head screws from McMaster Car. That'll be a cool thing to show. Because we totally have a plan, right? Right. 6 people viewing. Who else here? People here watching without talking to me? Come on. Announce yourself. Say hello. Okay, so let's measure from this face to the back of this face. We are at 6 millimeters. So 6 millimeter bolts it is. Close. Just like that, because I'm just going to throw them out there in the big list. There's not that many parts to this. Shut your fat mouth. All right, inserts. McMaster Car component. Bolt. Socket head or cap head? You guys decide. Metric. M3. 6 millimeter. Button. Button it is. Ryan Thorpe wins. He's first. Done. Drive, rounded head. Sorry, Jim. Brian's the winner. He was paying attention. Black. Of course we're going to do black, though. In general, I agree with Jim. I do like my cap head screws. I think I like them because they're they typically have a bigger... They take a bigger driver size, so they strip out less easily. Alright, so then we go to product details. Lag. Oh, for you or for me? Dude, I'm all paranoid now. Hopefully it's for you guys. I'll just... Stream Health says excellent. I'm gonna believe YouTube. Yeah, exactly, Jim. They don't strip out as easy, for sure. Yeah, when I'm doing something where, like doing a frame build, I kind of cringe when I have to use button head screws. Like, I'd much rather, if it's something that I really have to crank on, but for this it's plastic. It's just holding it together. Although for doing the, what do you call it? In the Voron, for putting the frame together, the blind joints, it has to be all the button head screws. But they're big, beefy ones. It's pretty hard to mess those up. Because thick. We like our thick boys. All right. Anyway, SolidWorks. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. Thanks to Ryan. I'm getting on the new computer. I'm going to do is I'm setting up my what do you call it, Ryan? The hobbyist license. Is that what they call it in SolidWorks? So we may be doing some SolidWorks stuff. I am not still fully committed to Fusion 360 yet. It's what I know. It's what I like. I just don't know how happy I am yet with the cloud storage. I don't particularly love that I have to put everything out there. And I also don't know. I mean, if they make me spend $500 again in September, I don't know what's going to happen. It was nice they put out that sale when they made the announcement that they were changing the license. So it was only, I want to say it was only $300. If September time comes around and I get if I can renew again for $300, I'll probably do it. I just feel like $500 is getting a bit much for this. I like doing it, but if I can get the hobbyist license of SolidWorks, you know, SolidWorks is the industry standard. I may have to go the route that Workaki did. Anyway, yada yada yada. Let's bring that in. Get this oriented the right way. We're going this way. Wrong panel, Aaron. Here. And, you know, I probably should have actually made a hole for that before I brought it in. It doesn't matter. Just leave that there. I really don't care about the part number. So I'm going to say M3 6mm. So I want to know what it is, not the part number. All right, let's make this. So new sketch. Come on, right click. Give me the sketch. Actually, that is this. So let's put it in there. Got to keep our sketches in the right spot. Right click. Create sketch. All right, we're going to pull in that. That. What is it? How long have we been? We've been on for about 45 minutes. Okay. All right, so to figure out where to put these, I am going to say 2, a little extra space there. It's going to look good here. I think we do this. I want to center it on something, but what? Oh, here's an idea. Let's center it. Let's see, how can we do this? We do a rectangle from here to there. Let's make that a construction rectangle. Centered up. No, that's not even close. F it. I'll buy it. Let's eyeball it. So we're gonna put it right in the middle of that. So we do need a line that goes from here. No. It goes from there to there. And we want that to be a snap to the right angle. Then we're going to do a coincident from that to hold down shift to get the middle of that. And then we're going to eyeball where the heck it lives. Oh, you know what we could do? We could make that distance and that distance the same. That's going to be about right. So distance from here to... Screw it, let's eyeball it. I'm lazy. Let's just eyeball this. This does not matter. I'm overthinking it. Distance from there to there. 5. Yahtzee. Done. And then, how do we do our mirror? The mirror is going to be from there to there. Line. There to there. Since we're not using these for extrudes, we don't have to make them construction lines. I can't believe you guys aren't like giving me shit for... Oh, there goes my monetization. Like I have any. I can't believe you guys are giving me crap for talking about SolidWorks. Come on, Ryan. Where's the love? I expected less of you. All right, so let's do create mirror this that plane. Whoops. We need the circle, not the point. Get out of here. All right, get out of that. I forgot to make this a construction line. Why do I have 2 lines there? What is going on here, guys? What did you allow me to screw up? Delete. Huh. I am seeing things. I've gone fusion crazy. Let's try that again. X for construction line. Come on, X. There we go. Distance that from there to there. 5. Coincident. U to there. Go. Sure. Sounds good. Looks good. What is that? Oh, there's some... Oh, it's the measurement line that's throwing me off. There's if you look there, it looks like a solid line, but it's green. Never give me shit. Really? Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure. All right. Anyway, mirror that circle on that line. There's our circle. Hit OK. Another mirror. That guy. That guy. That line. Okay. So much work for 4 holes. Brood. You and you. You and you. All the way through. In fact, let's do that differently. In a feature, we're going to say distance all, because we want to cut that one too. Why do more work than we have to? We got to put both holes in that as well. So we did. At least I thought we did. Confused-faced Aaron? What the hell? Why did that not cut through that? Okay, well, let's see what I did. See what I did wrong there. Edit feature. Sure looks like it to me. Why is it not cutting that? Interesting. It didn't want to cut that panel for some reason. Huh. Oh, okay. So I bet it's because we had highlighted it cut through the cage because where the sketch lives is inside that particular component. This panel is still in that component, but it's kind of parallel to it. So it probably said, do you really want to cut this? And I really do want to cut it. So if we go back to all, yeah, there we go. Got to make sure you're telling it exactly what you want. Cool. All right, so there's that. Now we need to make some captive nut. How deep did I make this? Please tell me it's enough. That's the cage. I made that 3 millimeters, and I think I have a little M3 nut right here and some calipers. 2 1/4. Good enough. In fact, they can stick out a little bit. We'll just make them 2. Nah, I don't know. Whatever. 2 1/4 it is. So, sketch here. Create sketch. Come on. Create sketch. You're the sweetest. Yeah, right. Yep, totally are. Project this side because it's at the same level. Alright, so we're going to create a polygon like that. And we want it facing that way because we have to think about how we're going to print it. When creating a polygon to be printed vertically, I want to make sure that the flat side is on the sides to make it perfect. It's so small, it could bridge just fine, but this definitely helps out the printer. So we are going to make this parallel to that. Then I feel like I should remember the right size for making captive nuts. But I don't ever. So this one is 5.4. Let's make it 5.5. No, that's not right. Go 0 at the caliper. Okay, 5.5. Check my math on the width. Yeah. Okay. So distance from here to here is 5. Fusion. And we're going to do yet another mirror line. We can say midpoint, midpoint. Why am I a genius? Did I do something smart? Because if I did, I'd really like to know about it. Gotta do at least one smart thing a day. Makes up for the 452,000 dumb things I do every day. What am I doing? I'm in a mirror right now. Create mirror. Double click. Mirror line. This one. Okay. Create mirror. Double click. Double click. Mirror line. That one. Yahtzee. So then we're going to extrude that. I like to grab the whole thing just in base. We're gonna go 2 sides. This side that faces that way, which is this one, we're gonna go 2.25, and this one is going to be from an object, specifically this object, isn't it? Oh, gotta do them both that way. So that's gonna be 2.25, and this one also has to be. Oh, I'm messing it up. All right, where did I mess up here? Let's... Oh, that's weird. Let me start over with that because I totally lost track of what I was doing. I are not smart. You are smart. You can has the smarts. I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. Extrude. That. That and that. Extrude. That. And that. Alright, so let's do 2 sides. I do start from this object. Oh, does it not let you? What is it doing here? 2 sides. Extent type. So I can only start from one object. Okay. Alright, in that case we're going to do it differently. We're just going to do one side. We are going to do... Again, I don't know how to reset that, so I'm not going to bother. Alright, one more time with style. That. We'll do it a different way. I was trying to get cute and do it in one extrude, but you can't extrude from 2 objects. I thought you could, not remembering how, so let's just do negative 2.25 to do that one. And we'll just turn that sketch back on. Extrude that again. This one we will start from this object and go 2.25. Good enough. Cool. Turn it off. Then we can move it around the bolt. Come on. So we are going to align that circle with that circle. And we're going to do that a bunch more times. So copy, paste new. There, capture position, paste new, new, and I'll probably just do this on the one side. I don't feel like doing a whole bunch of these, because I are the lazies. There, capture, and more. Point to point, grab the circle. So a cool thing about point to point, probably should talk about what I'm doing. If you do a move, right click move, do the point to point. So you can select, I'm selecting this outside circle because it's on the face. What's up, Dan? Because it's on the face of what I'm working with. I can go up to this circle that I want to mount it to, and even though it's not the same size, it's going to jump to the center point of that circle. So kind of cool. Helps you out. So there's that, and we need nuts. Let's bring in them 3 nuts and see what McMaster Carr thinks for size compared to what I did. Let's see. That metric 3. Basic. Come on. There we go. Don't care. What's the difference? Black. Always black. CAD. Download. Download. Thank you. Rotate you. Where'd it go? Oh, makes perfect sense. Let's measure it. What is it? 5.5. Bigger than the one I have on hand. Whatever. 2.4. Perfect. Good enough for government work. You can always just hit it with a big old hammer and make it fit. Alright, so we're going to then put a line. Come on, hold that control, grab that center point. Over here, hold down control and grab that center point. And call it good. And there we go. And I don't want to do that a whole bunch more times. We get the idea. Yeah, I think in this case the button head does look better than the cap head. It also, the button heads have a bigger surface area, which I don't understand why they couldn't make the actual driver size bigger, but they have a more flared out footprint than the cap head screws do. What are you up to, Mr. Dan? So, how much do we want to bring over that pattern to this? I'm thinking about this guy over here. I'm thinking... What am I thinking? Start a sketch. Let's actually select it. That guy, let's do this. Let's create a sketch. Why does that always happen? Create sketch. Armadillo. Let's pull all this in. Let's pull in this whole jet. That's what I want. To figure out what of that I want to keep on that other side. Oh, that's right. You were talking about that. You called that one the i3, yeah. Oh, that's a good idea, Ryan. I do like that idea. We can just, oh yeah. It's a killer idea. Let's do that. Like it. We can just cut open a few of the holes that we want. Very good. Alright, let's undo this. Actually do the sketch over here. Oh yeah, and then we can get the same... Smart. Ryan is the smarts. Create sketch. Pull in that. And let's see, we also need to figure out how much that sticks out. That from there to there is 4 millimeters. Is there an edge there? Can I not? Oh, look at me doing stupid stuff. Although it looks cool. This one comes out. What? Alright, now I'm confusing myself. From here to here, 2 millimeters. From here to here is 4? No. Why is it telling me that's stupid? It's giving me a measurement there. What the hell? Why is it doing that? Fusion, you're drunk. Go home. 3. Isn't that how thick this whole thing is? Whatever. So, let's extrude that. 2. Turn our sketch back on. And extrude that one, that one. That one. That one and that one, maybe? Does that one cover that up? Perfect. It's gonna look cool. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna cut that through to... Where's the face? To click on there. Okay. Turn off the sketch. Oh, we still need to actually make this look cool. We need to extrude this up. It won't match the other side, Ryan. What about the OCD? What about the OCD? It does look cool. I do like it. Probably should make this one match. And in fact, we should, because it's going to make it print easier. So let's actually select it, keep our timeline clean. Yes. That is the way. And then we come back here. And we need to chamfer all the things. Yep. Good call, Ryan. That looks good. Even though that's a little off. Do we need to cut out this hole? Or should we fill this one in? I think we should fill that one in. It's what we're going to do. So we can go back to this. Extrude. Where is that extrude? Where was I? What did I do? Where did my extrude go? What have I done? Is it this one? No. This one? No. F it. You most certainly will not touch any of my things, especially my chamfers. Nobody gets to touch my chamfers. All right, where's that sketch? This one? Yeah. So let's extrude that. Come here to here. That looks better. Looks more even. Gives us more surface space to Velcro stuff too. Cool. Looking like a case. All right, we've been doing this for over an hour. Let's take a break. Save. Let's install Fluidd because, like I said, ADD stream, ADD fusion, ADD stream. It's my stream. I'll do what I want. Let's see. Oh, good. You just saw Ivan's big huge printer. It's a cool video. That thing's awesome in its ridiculous simplicity, and even though it's got wheels and wheels and wheels and wheels, I love how simple that thing is. Let's see. That's funny. All right. So what are we gonna do? So I've got this Rock64. What I did is I played with a whole bunch of different distributions, and I came up with Armbian is probably, it's the first one I tried. It installed the easiest, has the best interface. It seems to be the most vetted and most worked on. As well as some of the folks over on Dan's Discord. Is it Prinny Dude? I get confused as to who is who on different Discords versus on YouTube. Dan, who is Prinny Dude? Anyway, he was helping me because I couldn't figure out how to get the Wi-Fi to work on it. So the Rock64 does not come with Wi-Fi. I should open this up. I want to open it up. Let's see, do I have one? Let's just do this. So I printed the case, got it all screwed in, was playing with it, and I don't feel like unscrewing it. So we'll just take a look at pictures. Oh, that's Shane. Gotcha. So this is the Rock64. It's a pretty nice little machine because it's got quad core something or other, 1.3 gigahertz, I think. It's got most of the stuff that the Raspberry Pi 4 has. It's got more horsepower, but it's got less memory. It's only a 1 gig. It's only got 1 gig of RAM on it. But what it does have is USB 3, which I think the Pi 4 does, but the previous versions don't. It's a bit more of, quad-core rock chip. It's a bit more of what I would call like a workhorse over an all-around kind of do whatever you want thing. Like the Raspberry Pi is great because it does a lot of stuff. It's got a decent video, decent processor, good amount of memory if you want to pay for it. So it's good for playing video games if you want to set up a RetroPie or something like that. It does a lot of stuff and it does it really well. I feel like the Rock64 here is a little bit more of a workhorse in that it doesn't have the memory, so you're not going to be able to do as much video, but it's got way more horsepower, some more horsepower. And when they first came out, you could get the chip, and I think you could get the board, the 16 gig memory chip, and the power supply. I don't remember if it came with the power supply or not, for like $8. I know for a fact you could get the board and the memory chip, which it comes with a SanDisk memory chip, 16 gig SanDisk memory chip for $8. And yes, Ryan, you can also put the eMMC chip on it right here, and you can run the OS off the eMMC. Oh, hey, Shane's here. Awesome. What's up, buddy? Yeah, so it's not the same. It's better in some areas, not quite as good in others. It's got more I/O, which I have yet to figure out how to use. But anyway, as opposed to the $8 it used to be, it's still only $20. And for $20, for $20 you get the board, you get the power supply, and it's a nice dedicated power supply that comes with a barrel connector. You get this case, and you get the screen. Now, I'm not using this because the case is frankly ugly, and I haven't found anything. I haven't done any work to output anything from Klipper to that screen. I think Shane, Ethernet and USB are on the same controller too. So Shane, are you talking about on the Rock here, or on Raspberry Pi they're on the same controller? I thought on the Rock chip or the Rock64 that they're on separate. I thought. Regardless, $20. You cannot get a Raspberry Pi 3 for $20, let alone the board, the power source, and a 16 gig chip for that. You just can't. So even though it doesn't come with the Wi-Fi, if you can find a dongle that works, that's the thing that Shane and I were going back and forth on. not going back and forth on, he was helping me, because I purchased a TP-Link Wi-Fi dongle to put on it, and it didn't see it. Didn't pick it up at all. Tried a bunch of stuff, and it kind of led me to go down the path of, okay, well, maybe Armbian's not the right move. Let me try some other distros. Some of the other distros saw the like, I can't remember which distro it was that saw it. I think it might have been AOSC, might have seen the TP-Link. I think some of these other ones did as well. But some of these other ones, most of these other distros are set up for you to log in and do everything through the desktop. And I haven't hooked this up to a screen, haven't hooked it up to a keyboard. I'm just doing it through SSH. And Armbian is really set up to be done through SSH. It does have a desktop. Like these are the options you can get. But I'm just using the light one here. It's like, what is it? I think it's only like a couple gigs. It's not even, or I think the really small one's only 1.5 gigs. And what I finally figured out was that there's a program, much like the Raspi-config, there's Armbian-config that lets you turn everything on. So, I'm jumping around, sorry. The TP-Link did not work. I think Shane says his worked fine. That's awesome. I'm glad you didn't spend money and have something not work for you. I think you were potentially saying that we have a slightly different version. Either way, if I can use that TP-Link dongle will work on Raspberry Pi. I know they recognize it, so it's not like I'm out. I found a couple older ones. I have no idea what the brand is. This is an EDI Max. It works. That's all I care about. I'm not worried about it being crazy fast Wi-Fi. It doesn't have to be even N. Like, it just has to connect because it just has to be able to send G-code or upload G-code and view the Fluidd web page. It doesn't have to be crazy fast Wi-Fi. Cheap old dongle will work just fine. So, what I did is I went down and I downloaded one of the Buster. I think it's the Buster for server. I think that's the small one. Or is it Focal? Let's look. So if we bring over the firmware here. So the small one is Buster Current. So Focal's the bigger one. The smaller one is just Buster. So I think that's all we need because we don't need any desktop. I'm not going to log into the desktop on this. So I downloaded that. It's just shy, or about 1.5 gigs, a little more than 1.5 gigs. I've already burned this onto the card that I have in here, the 16 gig card that it came with. I wasn't going to make anybody sit through that, so I burned the image using Etcher. I really like Balena Etcher. I think it's one of the easier ones to use. It does a good job. And I've got it installed. So we're going to power it up and see if it works. So the power, give it network, and we'll let it fire up. So I have not fired this up before. So let's get that out of here. What we need to do, and you guys don't need to see it, well, at least not right off the bat. I need to figure out what the IP address is going to be. So I'm going to log into my router. Oh, what the hell, you guys can see it. Who cares? I don't know how long it's going to take for this to come up. It should come up as Rock64. So we will give it a little bit. See if it says it supports Linux. Oh, you know, that's a good point. I wonder what... I should look up the listing of the one I got. That's a damn good point. So, you're right. It did say it supports Linux. But yeah, in fact, so I think... Yeah, Linux kernel. And maybe it's the kernel. But I was doing some reading that Armbian doesn't necessarily have all of the network drivers built in. They tried to keep it to really slim, and I think there's some oddball ones that didn't make it. Although this is, I think, what did we say, Shane? Was this a Realtek? It's a Realtek driver, I think. But it didn't show up. So, anyway, it is what it is. How long for you does it take for that OS to build? I thought it was a few minutes. Don't remember what IP address it's going to come up on. I want to say it was 151, but that's boring. So let's move this out the way. Let's go back to Fusion so we have something to look at. Did I save this? We should probably save. I think mine is V2. Yeah. What else was I working on? All that's coming up. I get your guys' thoughts on Mosquito Bear hot end. You can look at that. And this may be just a wasted effort because there's a couple already out there. Which one is it? Is there not? No. Probably forgot to save something. So it sounds like the general consensus is 30mm fans suck. So we were talking over on Fuga's Discord about putting a Mosquito in a Bear carriage. And the kind of the default way to do it is to just use that stupid little round adapter that basically lets you mount it to what am I trying to say? It lets you mount it like you would a V6, like this. And the problem with doing that is you've then wasted like easy 10 millimeters or more of filament distance. The problem when doing it, if you want to shorten the whole thing up to make it fit in, like, because I mean, this could come, well, like I've done here. This can come all the way up here and still be underneath. I kind of use this as a guideline, which is kind of, your wires have to route through somewhere, so you have to leave room for your wires. Technically, I could probably squeeze it up more, but you got to put the fan somewhere. That gains 10 millimeters of height, which means so you gain 10 millimeters of Z, and you've taken off 10 millimeters of filament path, which is a lot. But the downfall, as everyone stated, was 30mm fans suck and they're loud. So that would be the trade-off. I mean, you could get a 40mm fan on here that stuck out further and routed the air, but then I think we'd be running out of space on this side, because I think that starts running into things on the Bear there real quick. So anyway, something else we were working on today, talking about just kind of thinking in Fusion, basically. Let's see where that's at. Does it come up yet? Where are we? Looking for the RockPi IP address. I don't think it's come up yet. I probably should have done that ahead of time. Let's see. Shoot. It's taking a while. Oh well. 9 people here. Who else here? H, Colorado. Hello, sir. Didn't see you pop in there. Looks like a couple other folks popped in. That's awesome. Say hi if you did. For the folks just popped in, we're officially in the most boring part of the stream because I am waiting for the Rock64 to go through its setup. In, you know, when you install a new OS on those things, it runs through its own little set of scripts to get all the OS set up right and formats the drives and makes all the partitions and that sort of thing. I am patiently waiting for it to pop up on my router to know that it's actually talking. I still don't see any network traffic yet, which the lights on the network card are not blinking yet, so I'm assuming that means it's not loaded yet. Maybe it does soon. Not up yet. Well, I guess while we're waiting for that, we can go do more ITX case build. Might as well. Let's do something. You guys are quiet. I didn't realize there's only a couple of you. I'm just being impatient now. I really want that to pop up. Oh well. Alright, let's see. What should we do? Do we want to work on... What do we want to work on? Size, and we probably should probably mount the board. Let's do that. Let's go here. TX case. Which means we gotta remember which one. I think it's this one. Is it in here? I don't think we've actually brought... Oh, we have. Good. There it is. So, how do we want to mount this? We've got plenty of space over here for the drive. What I'm wondering is... Sorry, I'm poking at that. Keep hoping we'll see lights flash on that Rock64. All right, we want to mount this. So one thing I've been kind of struggling with and why I've kind of put this part off is I'm not sure how I want to mount this piece. I'm thinking that keeping this plate is going to be the best idea because it can print on its own. It'll be easy to print and then just bolt it in there. So I'm thinking we probably should just do some tabs in the corners that come out, or even maybe just a couple bars that come out to bolt this to. The other thing to consider is how I'm going to do the base, if I even am. So one of my thoughts is to leave it open on the bottom and just have it so this mounts in. Or the other thing we could do is just build like a frame around the edge that would just kind of have an opening in the middle to let a little airflow in, but still make it seem like it's closed. Which I'm thinking that might be the route. Because as it sits, I think I have this that bottom face parallel with the top of that. No, I don't. So we'll do some standoffs as well. It's okay. That's actually okay. We can screw in from the bottom then. So let's do that. Let's see here. So let's create a sketch on this face. We need to pull in this geometry and that geometry. As well as that line. Come here. That line. That line. And even though it's going to be on the wrong side, we can do the sketch from the bottom. Come on, Rock64, show up in my router. Why so slow? Man, these things take a while to build. Well, so let's do... Let's get a center line here. Construction line X, and I think let's just do a big old hexagon right in the middle. Maybe an octagon. Octagon will look better. Yeah, that'll work. And then I got my two. What do you guys think? Should I do a full base plate on this? Or should I just leave some tabs to mount this plate too? Because I can't do a full plate here because it'll run into the hard drive, the SSD. It's going to be sitting on this. This is going to be the surface it sits on, so it's not going to be seen. But doing this is going to make for a lot of print time as well, potentially unnecessarily, if I fill this all in. But I guess I got to do a whole bunch of printing anyway if it's cover. That's probably better. We'll do that. And then we're going to extrude that. -3, I think is what I've been doing on that. I don't know if I love that or not. Oh, I know what I want to do. If I bring it down, then I'll have a space for a bigger standoff, and I can make bigger... No, I can't make bigger standoffs on the base of this, because that's the surface it prints on. Because there's standoffs on top. Shoot. Dang it. Doesn't matter. Well, let's just do that for now. Okay. Although if I was smart, I would have in that sketch, let that sketch go here. Let's create the holes for the mounting. So let's do a circle right here. Let's do it M3s again. So 3.2. 3.2. Do a line from that to the center. Make it a construction line. Make you perpendicular. Make keep perpendicular. There we go. And then where do we put it? Let's go. That's fine. And then we can do a circular pattern here. That guy, or that center point, and we want. Okay. So now when I do this extrude, I can go back and edit that extrude and uncheck those parts, and we will have our holes. There we go. So there's our mounting holes. We just need to make a couple little spacers to make up the 1.5 millimeter gap there. Come on, Rock64, are you showing up yet? Holy crap, this thing's making a liar out of me. Why is this taking so long? It is really confusing. Huh. Maybe we'll do a fluid install today, or maybe we won't. Weird. It's really bizarre. Huh. A little frustrating, actually. I swear the other one did not take this long to come up. Hey Shane, do you happen to know off the top of your head what the different lights on the Rock64 mean? Over by the power, I've got a green light, and over by the other side of the SD card, I've got a bright white light next to a red light. Not sure if you off the top of your head know what that means, because I don't. I'm wondering if that's telling me something that I should be worried about. I don't know, because I am not seeing this come up. It's not grabbing an IP address like the other one did on the, because it is cabled. It's hooked directly up to the router. It's really bizarre. If you happen to know. Really strange. Anyway, let's do a new sketch here. Actually, good lord, I should just be using the same sketch here. This would have been a lot easier. Edit sketch. The other thing I can do is this. Nope, I'm going to do escape. Come on. Offset. Let's just do 2. Give it a big old foot. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Oh yeah, it is. We can do it this way. I want. Oh yeah, that is what I want. So I'm going to build it onto this plate. So we're going to create a circular pattern of this or this. Come on. Nope. Sorry. Let's select the center point right there. 4. Okay. And we're going to finish that sketch, make it show up. We're going to extrude. Really? Oh yeah. Long press. Profile. Profile. Let's go into there. Long press. Profile. Press profile. What is it? We want to do a join. It should only do, it's the same -3. because I have to long press new profile. 1.411. According to all my maths and configurations, that should be just the right amount. Join. So if we turn off that, turn off our ITX mount, and figure out why that happened. Created all these bodies because I had the wrong thing selected. That's okay, we can fix it. So that one, hold down control, that one, and that one. Go back, let's start over here. Let's find the right body. That body, right? Where is it? That one. We want to combine with that. Oh gosh, come on. So we want to make sure that we're selecting the bodies we want to disappear. Effectively, we want it to get eaten up. Second in the operation, because we can say those are effectively not the operation, the tools, because then we can tell it not to keep the tools. So it'll pull those into this body. Had I done these first, had I selected that as the initial body, it would have pulled this body into this one right here. So there's our little standoffs. But because we want this to print on this face, chamfers, we must chamfer the things. So this is where we have to do a measure first, though, between there and there. So it's 1.1411. We can copy that by just clicking on it. Then we can do our chamfer. And we can just say Control-D for paste, and it gives us the exact right amount. But we want the rest of them, so we can hold down Control. And that lets us click on More. Control. Nope. That was the wrong one. Chamfer that edge. There we go. Now we can print it. That's going to have to work. Alright, I am starting to get annoyed with this frickin' Rock64, or this Rock64. I do not know why it's not showing up. It's really frustrating. I'm going to unplug it, pull out the... I wonder if the network card was getting in the way, the wireless card. And we'll see if it finishes back up after a reboot. I either hosed it all up or made it better. These are really the only two options. Beer. You guys drinking? What beer are you drinking? It's Ninkasi. We have so many beers in Oregon, it's fantastic. Why this isn't coming up. Really frustrating. Okay, tell you what, guys. I would really like to see this work. So I'm going to give it a minute. I'm going to step away for a second. Need to let our new little puppy out. Let her stay stranded in her pen for a little bit too long. So I'm going to take 5. Hopefully you guys still want to stick around after that. I'll keep doing some stuff, but I'm going to go do that, and I will be right back. Puppers! Puppers, say hi! Woo! There's the new puppo. All right, did a quick break make it show up? God, I hope so. Didn't. What the hell? All kinds of frustrating. Well, let's try again. Let's just try again. There. No, don't do that. Alina Etcher. Just gonna start over with it. Okay. I guess we can try the big one. I wonder what the difference is. So I have both of these downloaded. I've got the desktop version and the Buster Slim one, which is basically server. And I honestly don't remember what I put on the one that I have working. I wonder if I put the bigger image on there. Let's see. Oh, let's research. Reading is good. So these are the images. If we go to their site, that's the Rock64. Oh no, this is right. What does it tell us about the different info? Here we go. Server or light desktop usage. Server or light desktop usage. And one, is that what we've got here? That's what I've got. Let's see. 5.1, that's the current image. Well, that's good to know. We can do UART, which means we can potentially plug the MCU right into it for Klipper. Make sure to install a large heatsink. I will get right on that. I wish it would tell us more about these. Well, I guess I can try the other one. I don't know. This one should have just come up, though. I really don't. Wait a minute, that's the big one. Nope. Which one is different? Oh, that is the big one. Rather not use that huge focal one. I'd rather use the Buster. Let's see if this is a slightly newer version than what I got downloaded off that other website. We shall see. You guys quiet? Anybody still there? Or have you given up on me having just a super boring stream? I don't blame you. see, it's just about done. Let's see what it looks like. Come on, I'm waiting for it. Riveting YouTube streaming right here, folks. Super awesome. It's the exact same one I've got downloaded, but it's bigger. Well, one roll over the image and just pretend like it makes a difference. Maybe that was an incomplete download that I had before, which makes me think that the one that I do have working probably has the focal desktop on it. That's bigger. Okay. Cool, I guess. It's 100 megs bigger? Seems sus. Let's open that. Wait a minute. I created a new one. Oh. Because I had the wrong image. I had a Pine 64, not a Rock 64. How much you want to bet this one will work just fine? Go. That would probably be why it was not working at all. So Shane Huga just told me that he found a few 3030 fans and that they push a ton of air, and I think he's right. But we may build this little pain in the ass just to see how it works. Much to the chagrin of Ryan and Brandon. He's figuring out how to bolt it in. Because one dilemma is that there are bolts that run through here to mount the whole thing together, but we have to clear that for this bolt hole right here, which it will not do. Excuse me. Puppy likes to chew on things. As it sits, it lines up really well. Not really another way to get the mounting hole in there. Alright. The puppy is now awake and does need to go out again. I apologize, guys, but I don't need a whiny puppy. I don't need her making a mess. I'll be right back yet again. It's like having another kid. Super cool. All right, did we finish? We did. Cool. Take two. Hopefully we got the right image this time. Right in there, put our Wi-Fi dongle back in, find our power cord. I love that this thing comes with a power cord, like a legit barrel connector power cord, not just a USB cable. Let's see what happens here. Oh, hey, look, right away we have light on the network card. Good Lord, helps if you use the right image, right, kids? Way better. We'll give that a minute. When we got the right thing. Jeez, seriously. I am assuming like nobody is watching now. Nope, still got 9 people watching. Hopefully you're not asleep. I'm assuming you guys are only there and you left YouTube running. No worries. I'm happy I have 9 people viewing and 6 likes on the video. That is good enough for me. Even if it's super boring at this point. How would you guys mount this? And I'm starting to think these guys right here are the way to go. We could run mounting screws up in from the inside. So we have plenty of space here between this and this. That is 50, we can get a 15, okay, so no, we get a 12 millimeter screw in there. It should be enough to go from here. How big is that thing? It's not even 5. So that would still give us like 6 or 7 mil to screw into something up here. And we can put in some sort of captive nut there. We can get a captive nut in from the bottom. And from the top or side. I am liking this idea. Really liking this idea. Sorry, Ryan. I think we're going to make a 30 mil fan bear extruder. You know what it needs, though, and this is going to be another thing to see how it fits, is the back plate. We'll probably have to shrink that down, too. Barracks, T3S. That's the wrong piece. We want the back plate. Carriage. Where's the carriage? MK3S. Like that one. Copy. Come on. Copy. Nope. Paste new. Turn this way. Over. Line up that hole with this hole. Oh, there is our problem right there. We cut it, it cuts it from the wrong direction. We would have to move all this stuff. Oh, screw that. Nope, too much work. I don't feel like designing a new back carriage. I just don't have the care for that. 40 mil fan it is. Ryan, you win. Alright. Grab that. We'll save it. It's good to save your failures. We're going to be done with that. Somewhere I have one that's got the 40 mil fan in there. I'm not going to worry about it because I bet that our Rock64 is up and running. Don't see it. Close. We need to save. All right. Cool. 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 We are back where we want to be. I'm sure nobody's listening to me right now because everybody is super bored with me walking away to do something with a dog. And I just realized we put a body in there we don't need. Right click, remove. Perfect. That's how it's supposed to look. Save. Okay. MOBA term, MOBA X term, great utility. You don't have it. Lets you do all kinds of cool stuff. Including all these things. You can, it's got all these clients built in. Super cool, and it's free. So we are on, for now we're going to do IP address because I'm going to change the host name. .150. Go. There it is. And the default login is root. Root. Password is 1234. I think it's going to ask me to change that. Yes. New root password. Cool. Bash. Loading A, that is my typical go-to username. Let's go with English. UTF-8, that is me. Cool. Seems like it's doing something. Yay! All right, what do we got? So we want to use let's see if just using my user account works. Don't really like using root if I don't have to. Sure. Look at you. So let's do an ifconfig. ifconfig. Really? Oh, sure. Whatever. Yay, we have a wireless LAN port. That's fantastic. Sudo armbian config. Look at that. Let's see, there it is. So we don't want that. We want to do network. No, we don't want any of this. We do want Wi-Fi. We do want Bumblebee. Excellent. And we want to change our host name. So where is our host name? Advanced? Nope. Host name right there. Good Lord, I'm looking right at it. You guys have all fallen asleep. You're not helping me out anymore. Host name. What are we? Guess we might as well do Mirage. Because we're going to need something to control it when it eventually shows up. Perfect. Of course I do. Sudo reboot. Give that a second. I'm assuming nobody's watching. I'm out of beer. No, I'm not. Tasty beer. Yummy. All right, we're gonna bust through this pretty quick here, I hope, and then we're gonna call it a night. So I'm pretty sure you guys have completely fallen asleep. You know what? In fact, well, let's first do sudo, oh, come on. Let's first make sure we got an IP address here. Sudo ifconfig. Be nice if I didn't have to do that, but whatever, not a big deal. May have to go back to root on this. Cool. We got an IP address on our Ethernet card, and we are Mirage, I think. So let's install Fluidd, and I'm going to use the thing script. Which stands for Klipper Installation and Update Helper. It is this guy. So I should probably put the link of this in the description or something. This thing is incredible. I do not know who TH33XITUS is. I think he's over on the Voron Discord, but he's awesome. I would gladly shake his hand. So this allows us to put Klipper on something that, like, as far as I know, I think you probably just need to have a Debian-based... I take that back. You probably don't even need to have a Debian-based OS. You just need to have an OS that supports apt or apt-get. That's my guess. Because not all distributions use apt, at least to follow these instructions. The GitHub's out there. I don't know what actual OSs this actually supports. It doesn't really list it, but I'm going to assume your safe bet is going to be to use a Debian-based OS. Yep, right there, Debian-based Linux distribution. So, super easy. Super easy. First thing we're going to do is make sure Git is installed. Now, if you're on a Raspberry Pi, like whatever the native Raspberry Pi distro is, it has Git already installed. Or excuse me, or if you use, grab one of the Fluidd or Mainsail images, those have Git already installed, in my experience. It's really fast to install, like it's already done. So now that Git's installed, we're going to do a sudo apt update. Apt, I have found, is cool. It's the new hotness over apt-get, because it gives you better information down here on statuses. Once it actually starts cooking through some stuff, like for the installs, it'll actually give you a ... status bar. YouTube video. Holy cow. God, I'm stupid. I thought you guys completely had gone dead on me, but it looks like my stream's live chat is just completely locked up on me. So you guys have probably been talking and asking questions, and I have been not seeing them, so I am really sorry. That sucks. Llama's here. Gosh, I'm really sorry, guys. Now I'm just pissed at YouTube right now. Jeez. Refresh. Well, cool. Effing YouTube. So now that I know, like, people actually haven't given up on me, thank you. I'm sure some of them have. Llama, officially welcome. Good lord. I know. You've probably been here for like an hour. Freaking. Oh, well, whatever. 'Tis the way of things, I guess. And I just realized I hit update. Why is this? Did I hit upgrade? No, I hit update. Well, it's got apparently a lot of things to update. So I'm doing an update just to make sure I'm getting the latest repos and stuff. Yes, so I'm going back and looking at the chat now. So again, guys, I am sorry. Likes for the chair, absolutely. You know, there's a new puppy in the house. I'm glad somebody stuck around after all my BS. I'm going to say after YouTube's BS. Alright, this should be just about done. I'm not going to do an upgrade, because that'll take way too long. But I wanted to make sure it pulled down the latest packages from the repositories, or at least knew what to pull down. I don't actually know if that affects Git or not. It probably doesn't. So I probably just wasted time. But we are up and running. So let's grab... Let's go back to our little instructions here. So we are going to do... First we're going to do cd tilde, take us back to the root. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's paste in that. We're going to clone that git hub. Should go just that fast. All it is a script, which is pretty flippin' sweet. Then we can do, so if we do an ls, we can see that's the only thing we've created in our root. So we do dot, we can just go in there. See, we are looking for the kiaua.sh. So dot black, and this will do the rest of the work for us. So we will just do install because we obviously have nothing installed. We're gonna one for install, one for Klipper. Do I want to put it there? Yeah, we might as well. Sure. Doesn't really matter. At least I hope it doesn't matter, but I may have to give myself some admin rights. I don't know that... We'll find out if I should have done this as root or not. Just one instance. Yes. It clones Klipper. $10 likes. I must have lost a like. Dan, you said I had 10 likes. I've only got, well, unless it's gone up. Dan, you said I had 10 likes. I've only... oh, yeah, 9. I can give myself a like. Boom, 10. Watching Linux load is fun. I'm like legit pissed at YouTube right now. Bullshit. The Klipper install usually takes the longest. Excuse me. Awesome. All right. Why is it not showing me who is in the chat? Oh well. Yeah, it does only show when they talk. It also just completely is complete garbage because the last I've got to have my own stream open in a window to watch myself, which is super boring because YouTube Studio chat just keeps freezing. It doesn't show me stuff. So I've got to watch you guys as Aaron F. Geared as opposed to Geared. That's freaking annoying. Flipper. That's funny. But welcome, Shane. Thanks for showing up. You didn't have to. Installing them. So, I don't know, you probably just showed up. Holy crap! Well, I didn't notice the notifications because I was too busy trying to figure out why my YouTube stream is garbage right now. I need to get the little ticker that shows the last person who contributes. You did not have to do that, buddy. Super cool. Super cool. But we are... We had one failure of I couldn't figure out for a little while why I couldn't get an OS to come up on the Rock64. It helps if you use the image for the right board. Look at that. All right, we have Klipper installed. Huga is absolutely good people. Let's see here. Do this. Rearrange some stuff here. All right, so we've got Klipper installed. Now we need to do Moonraker. So perform action. 2. Yep, just one. It's a whole bunch of cool stuff. And then we drink more beer. So this script is just amazing. Like I love this thing. I truly need to. If any of you guys know who wrote this, I would love to know. Like other than his GitHub name, it's amazing. I'm sure probably Cadriel and Eddie know who it is. I'm pretty sure he's on the Discord, or excuse me, on the Voron Discord, as are all people that use Klipper. But it's incredible. Like it makes life so easy. Like I don't even know how I would go about doing this without it. Oh yeah, Shane needs stickers. Shane, what do you got on tap for your stream tomorrow? Gonna do a little Optimus Prime stuff. I need to work on that design. My guess is people don't want to see me start that tonight. I'm surprised people are still here at all after my random ramblings and thinking that nobody was actually talking. Oh, sure, man. Yeah, I'll give you my address. I would love some stickers. Especially yours. Your stickers are cool looking. I love the shimmery, colorfully awesomeness. Maybe. Ping me before you start streaming if we want to do some design stuff. I have got to do some painting. I'm redoing a bathroom, and I was gonna try to get some refinishing work done on that. If I am not doing that during the time you're streaming, absolutely we could do some design work. We can make a logo. We'll see. Maybe you should work on the mirror mount. Oh yeah, we can do that. I guess we can do that too. Well, no you don't. You don't need to figure out the mirror mount at all. Because, while this is loading, I'll show you why you don't need to figure out the mirror mount. Where is it? Because Greg already made you one. I swear I had it here. This is the Bear Exa. The Bear Exa is the Chimera mount style mount for the bear. I thought. Let's find it. Because this is going on the bear, right, dude? Or on, it's Optimus, which is using the bear XNs. Excuse me. All right. Here's Greg's GitHub. Oh, you found it. Good. I'm pointing at the wrong camera, wrong spot. Yeah, it should be there. And the manual. Wait, the manual was in there. Right here. Assembly guide. Am I on crack? What the hell? I looked at it like a couple hours ago. Is this not the right one? Seriously. There. That's it. That's what I was looking at. Oh, maybe not. But yeah, there you go. So you got it. You don't need me for anything. Yeah, so this is all you need. He did it for... Well, and that's kind of what the Bear X name came from. I think. Because it didn't used to be called the Chimera. It used to be called... What was the... Whatever the old name was. Anyway, yeah, this is all you need. This will get you going. I think it's even got, I think it still has a filament sensor built in as well. Anyway, yeah, do that. Let's see if we got... Good. All right, cool. So we've got Klipper, we've got Moonraker. Let's do Fluidd. Forward. Add the recommend. Sure. So what this is going to do... actually, I don't really... Actually, I don't... Do we want to? We might as well. It doesn't matter. We're just doing this for fun. It's going to look at the config file for your printer. And it wants these 3 macros, so because it has those buttons built in by default to run those macros. If your config file doesn't have those macros, it's asking if you want to put them in. There's no config file at all, so I think this will just build us a config file. At least I don't think there's a config file. We go over here. This is why I love MOBA Xterm, because it's got all this stuff. Config. What does it? So it does have a printer config. Whatever. Cool. It's probably just some generic thing. In fact, actually, we can look at it because this MOBA Xterm is awesome. We can right-click and say Open with Default Text Editor. And it has that. So yeah, super pretty much nothing. Like, yeah, nothing at all. So yeah, we'll just let it do it. So easy, done, just like that. Guess what? We're done. So with that, let's go to, I think we can just go to mirage.local. HTTPS mirage. Always got to do that. HTTPS going like whack. Mirage.local. Maybe. We may need to reboot the device. Looks like it. Let's do that. Probably the smart thing to do. Quit. So it's cool. When you go back to the main menu, it shows you all what all you have installed. So we've got Klipper, we've got Moonraker, we've got Fluidd. Quit. We're going to oh fine. We'll type. Reboot. Yep. I'll give that a second. Oh, Ryan, you came back. You probably got sick of me babbling on about how nobody was talking, even though it was my YouTube studio that was froze. Of course we missed you, Ryan. Of course we did. With every shot so far. Yeah, that Pinda probe may be what you have to use. We could do some redesign on that, but it is tucked way in there. It's tight. Like that, it's really, really designed to use a Pinda. Did somebody subscribe? I don't know. Oh, 70. Good. Sorry, they weren't listening to you, dude. They wanted it stuck at 69. You wanted it stuck at 69. All right, so let's log back in here. Two IP addresses because we're hooked up both wireless and wired. We should be up. Let's see if Fluidd's working. Find the right window. Let's see here if local. In theory, that is if I've named the host name right. Who knows, I probably mistyped it. Fine. Ooh, that looks good. Look at that. Just that easy, we have Fluidd installed. There's probably a bunch of updates already. Yep. Nope. Just packages, but I'm not going to spend the time doing that on a stream. Yay, Fluidd! Now, why does my host name not work? Probably have to fix it in my router. It's probably DNS messing that up. So this is obviously not working because reasons. Because there's nothing hooked up to it. We don't have it actually configured for anything. For those of you guys who haven't seen Fluidd, this is it. It's awesome because you can do all your stuff right here. You can manage your firmware. You can make changes. You can do stuff without having to recompile your whole flipping firmware. You know what? Let's... Because why the hell not? Let's put mainsail on here. So let's do whack, top whack, let's run that again. You're right, it is pretty. Oh, Brandon subscribed? You're freaking kidding me. He hadn't subscribed yet? Well, he's not my friend, but then he's my friend because he subscribed. Of course, Brandon's my friend. He's awesome. So let's do 1 for install and 3 for mainsail. So this is the cool thing about this script. When you go to install other desktops or other, I guess you call it desktop or other web pages, it's smart about it. So we've got Fluidd running on port 80. It's asking for another port, so we're just going to give it port 81 because lazy. It is recommended you have some important macros set up. No, because we already did the exact same ones. So I'll screw that. Use my sudo password? Sure. We can always blast this thing and start over if we need to. Yay! Mainsail is installed. Just that quick. I am not going to do duet web control because last time I did that, it hosed up my whole deal. So screw that guy. So let's go back to here. Change this over to port 81. And for anybody that cares, there's mainsail in all its differentness. And crazy thing about mainsail, I don't know how it works because I like Fluidd. But there is some neat stuff here. Let's look around, shall we? Settings. What all can we do? Interface? Printer name. That's got to change. Yeah. Anyway. Only because we can. Honestly, we like Fluidd better. Go Cadriel. I like that guy. Let's see. Right, yeah, so exactly, Dan. It's that fast. That's why that script is so amazing. That's just how fast it goes. Yeah. Good luck finding it, though, on my... How long have we been streaming now? Way too long. It's towards the end after my screw-ups and thinking that nobody was here. and the visits to, you know, or the visits to let the dog go outside, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's it. That's all it takes. That's why one of the many reasons I love Klipper. The hardest part about Klipper is your initial setup of your config file. That's it. If there's something that the Klipper community in general could do better, it is to get a better, more complete, more robust with macros base config file. You know, something that people are really going to use. Like the basics that people, you know, we all want to throw in there is like the M600 command, be able to pick up your M600 G code to do the filament change. You know, they need to get some basic templatized macros in there that people can grab. There are a lot out there. The community is fantastic, but they need to get some more within the actual on the Klipper website, on the Klipper GitHub, with some actual better macros and maybe some better documentation on those macros. Because that's really and for me, that was the hardest part, was getting those macros set up. Like, I thought getting the initial config file wasn't too bad. But, you know, everybody has a different learning curve, and everybody has different stuff they're good at. So, anyway, I think I'm going to call it a night, because it's now 7 o'clock exactly my time, and I started this at 4:15. So, thank you guys, the few of you that actually stuck around. There's actually people watching. That's fantastic. I apologize for kind of the lull in the middle of the stream, where I was taking the dog out to go pee and thought that you guys weren't talking, so forgive me. I'm sorry. You know, Shane's awesome. He is now the only person that's given me any sort of donation. Yeah, you just showed up. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say go back and watch the whole stream, because it was kind of boring there in the middle, and by kind of I mean really boring. But yeah, you know, if any of you guys feel like helping me out, any of the donations that you decide to give me via that link down there, I set it aside. Right now I would love to get a new camera. Right now I'm using it's my phone. And it's decent. It's got a good camera. I'd love to get an actual camera up there to do this stuff. If you give me $1, I'm going to put it aside to buy stuff for doing these streams and for doing stuff for the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you, the couple people that watched and the couple new people that subscribed. Have a great night. Be cool. Be awesome. What does everybody else say? Hug each other. What does Joel say? High five. And right now you're thinking, Aaron, shut up. So I will. Have a good night, guys. Thanks a lot.